Let's head to the action. This is Mix 95.3 WUME, your home for local sports.
After posting a win last Thursday night on the road at Shoals to improve to 16-0 and establish a new record during the regular season for the most consecutive wins in school history, what could the Paoli Rams do to top that? Well, how about being rated number one this week in Class 2A, as the Rams the only undefeated team left in Class 2A here so far this season. And tonight they'll put that number one ranking and undefeated season on the line as they welcome in the Salem Lions. Good evening, everybody. Dave Dedrick along with Bert Pedigo. It's time now for Rams basketball on Mix 95.3, streaming live on WUME953.com, and ask Alexa to play Mix 95.3 WUME. Rams have never been rated number one in basketball. Bert, now they have that target on their back, and the first team that's going to take a shot at them is the Salem Lions.
Yeah, and never fun to be number one. It's fun trying to get there, but once you're there, staying there is a little more difficult than what you might think. And Salem, they're going to be a handful. You look at some of their scores, and you'll scratch your head with some, but then some will really catch your attention. I remember coming away from Scottsburg thinking that was a really good win for Paoli. Well, Salem beat Scottsburg also, so that you know they can play. They are not the most experienced bunch, but they will get out here and get after Paoli like nobody else, so to speak.
Well, Scottsburg, like a lot of teams that we've seen and coaches that we've talked to, they'll tell us, we're still searching for that consistency. Mm-hmm. We're a pretty good three-quarter team, but when we get to that fourth quarter or maybe a quarter in between, we have that stretch where we just kind of fall apart and things go awry and we just can't recover.
Yeah, and that's been the case with Salem all year long. One example, they had Brownstown down, but got into that lull in the, third quarter, fourth quarter, and that's when they lost the ball game up there. That comes with the inexperience that they put out there on the court. And, one of those deals where they're going to get after you, but they're not the biggest team in the world by any means, at least not the varsity. The JV was huge. But the varsity, they're going to be a scrappy bunch. Paoli will have to get out on three-point shooters tonight. Rebounding, especially key tonight, not only for Paoli, but for Salem. They can't allow all the second shots that Paoli's used to.
Lions come in 7-10 on the season. The Rams are 16-0. When we continue with our pregame show, brought to you by Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time. We'll talk with head coach Jalen Nice of Salem and Dusty Cole of Paoli. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
When you're a member at Hoosier Hills Credit Union, something feels different.
I don't feel like a customer, I feel like a valued member.
Because here, it's not just banking, it's service, care, and community.
The difference with Hoosier Hills is real people who genuinely care.
When others just saw numbers, Hoosier Hills saw me.
Here, it's not a transaction, it's a relationship. It's not just banking, it's belonging. Hoosier Hills Credit Union. Belong to something more. Visit HoosierHills.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you suffer the loss of a loved one, you can count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli. They have a 55-year history of serving the needs of families in Orange and surrounding counties. They provide only the best professional services in the most compassionate manner to care for you during this difficult time. You can always count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home, as generations of families have done for many years. Call 812-723-2276 today. We're here when you need us the most. Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their two locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
As we roll on with the Team OC pregame show, head coach Jalen Nice of Salem joins us now, brings his Lions into Chambers Gymnasium tonight to take on the Rams. We'll talk about that ball game in just a few minutes. But, Coach, if you would, for our fans, kind of fill us in on Lions basketball. You've already got 17 games under your belt.
Yeah, so we're 7-10 here, heading into the home stretch in February, and like I said, I think about 7 of our losses here have been one-possession games for the most part. We've been in those games, had the leads in several of them, just really learn to control the controllables and finish those games. Like I said, we're in most of those losses. It's really just been one bad quarter. You look at 75% of the game, and we've either felt like we played better or at least been right there, been a pretty even matchup, just one bad quarter that's hurt us. So, but a lot of guys are continuing to get some valuable experience, and we're leaning on our juniors and seniors. They're starting to come into their own here, and like I said, we've got some sophomores here that are starting to come into their own as well. And I feel like we've been doing a pretty good job. Just I really want to tighten the screws and get to where we can finish some of those games, especially as we head into March.
I was going to ask you, is it something simple that you got to do to change that and get over that hump?
Yeah, I think it's just being like self-aware. And I think that's one thing that we really just preach is like, all right, what's continued to hurt us, and what do we need to do, and then be accepting of that. Film doesn't lie, and that stuff doesn't lie, and stats don't lie either. So we've really just been trying to not stat them to death or film them to death, but really just tell them, like, hey, like, if we commit to these 2 or 3 things, I don't think it's astrophysics. Like, we're not trying to solve the world's problems. We're trying to figure out how to put an orange ball through the hoop a little more and stop the other team from doing it. So a lot of it's just controlling turnovers and making simple shots. Like I said, I think we've taken a lot of really good shots, just haven't fallen this year. So just staying steady and staying stuck with what's going on. I'm a big Purdue fan. I listen to a lot of Coach Painter, which they kind of struggled here recently. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but he says if you're taking good shots, stick with it. So that's what we're trying to do, is just stick with our game plan and trust our stuff.
Tell us a bit about your team offensively, defensively. What do you try and do out on the court?
Defensively, we really try to mix it up. Like I said, we've had a pretty healthy balance of man and zone this year. Started out playing more zone earlier in the year and kind of shifted to some different man with some different principles. Still throw it in every now and again, but just really are committing to trying to keep the ball out of the paint, limit teams to one shot, contest their shooters, and force them into just making difficult decisions. We'll press every now and again, depending on the matchup, depending on kind of the flow of the game. If I feel like we kind of need a spark, our kids normally respond to pressing pretty well, so we try to throw that in there. I think we're giving up a little bit over 50 points a game, which is right where we want to be. That's our goal, is 50 or under for teams. And offensively, we really just try to space it out. We do some 4-out, do some 5-out, kind of read and react things, different reads based off different triggers, like if the ball moves from slot to slot or just different drives. We try to preach that to our kids on how to make those reads and things like that. So I think we're just balanced on both ends, to be honest with you. Try not to take too quick a shot, obviously, but if it's a good one, we're not going to pass it up.
What about your matchup with Paoli tonight?
Yeah, Paoli's always been a really good program. I said Coach Cole's got them rolling this year at 16-0, I think, is where they're at. So they're strong, they're physical, they've got good guard play, they've got good big play. There's really not a weakness in their roster this year. I thought they were really good last year, and they might even be better this year, the way it seems. Cooper Spires does a great job of leading those guys and getting them where they need to be, and Kirk Hughes has been lighting it up from behind the line. And I think Ian Sullivan is probably the best energy guy or one of the best defensive players in Southern Indiana. So they're a tough matchup. Like I said, they pose a threat physically, and they switch defenses, it seems like, every possession. And Coach Cole's got them moving offensively. So we're going to try to make sure that we don't turn over the ball too much, keep them out of the paint, make life difficult for them outside the three, and hopefully give them some looks that cause them some trouble.
Line up for your ball club tonight.
We'll be starting number 3, Peyton Shockey, number 5, Carson Albertson, number 11, Evan Lloyd, number 21, Ethan Campbell, and number 23, Braxton Dean.
And then off your bench?
Number 42, Caden Romero-Hembry come in for us. And then we'll have number 2, Carter Reardon come in for us as well. Same thing with number 32, Ethan Larimore, number 22, Case Calloway.
Everybody healthy, ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Hard to believe, Coach. We're just a few weeks away from when it gets real, don't we?
I know. It feels real in November, so it felt real for me for about the last 4 months. But, yeah, I tell guys all the time, I miss you in the spring. I really have enjoyed this group. I don't want to see them go, so we're going to try to play as much ball as we can here.
Well, neat thing for you get to host that sectional.
Yeah, we actually hosted it my senior year, so it's kind of some nostalgia coming back there. So I hope these guys just relish that opportunity to host the sectional, especially playing postseason play. So, like I said, we're going to keep working to get better even in February, and like I said, just try to keep making some of those changes that are going to push us to over the hump, like I talked about.
Coach Nice, as always, thank you for the time and the talk. You and your ball club have a good game tonight.
Thanks, Dave.
And Coach Jalen Nice of Salem. Stay tuned. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Looking to make a difference? Team OC's Youth Mentoring Program is here to help kids in Orange County reach their full potential. Our mission to expand child's possibilities through a community-wide mentoring program for kids 7 to 17. We provide support, guidance, and a caring adult to lean on. You can be a part of their journey. Become a mentor or make a donation. Join us at 262 West Court Street, Paoli, or visit teamocmentoring.org. Questions? Call Executive Director Priscilla Woodrum at 812-653-0288. Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time.
No two of us are exactly alike. That's why you need a financial advisor with the freedom to focus on the details that make your life your own, your family, the dreams that inspire you. Whatever your goals, you need an advisor who can create a plan uniquely tailored to you, all backed by the sophisticated resources of Raymond James. To learn more, call financial advisors Jamie Sullivan or Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange SIPC.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community, one scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
As we continue with the Team OC pregame show, head coach Dusty Cole of Paoli joins us now. Rams at home tonight on this Tuesday night matchup, taking on the Salem Lions. We'll get into that ball game in just a few minutes. But, Coach, a rarity last week, just had the one game, and it was on a Thursday, but went on the road and picked up a big win over Shoals.
Yeah, I thought we played some pretty good basketball for the most part. Did a real good job on the glass. That was just huge for us. Our big guys did a nice job of just establishing the paint, which we always want to do, and then the defense was solid all night. Got a lot of good play out of a lot of different kids. So, that was the first game without Cooper, and didn't know exactly what to expect, but I thought we got some good play.
All right, Coach. Well, now, how is Cooper? Will he be able to go soon, or what's the status?
He's doing pretty good. He's back on his feet a little bit. He's been doing the physical therapy some. The swelling's gone down a lot, so that makes a big difference. We're hoping to start working him back in maybe later this week. I don't think we'll see him for at least a week, maybe two, but he's doing well.
All right, so now you've had some time. So have you made any other adjustment prior to what you could do before Shoals?
We've done a lot of things. Practice has been a lot different the last two practices just because we had to go through so many different things with some different roles and different guys. So, these are two practices. We would have watched some tape normally and maybe get some shots up, but we've actually had a full 2.5 hour practices just to go through some different things. And even the special situations, the last shots, the ball's in somebody's different hands. So just so many things to cover. I think we'll get better at those things, but obviously, it's going to take a little time too.
All right, Coach, you've had a couple of days to practice, and right now you got to get ready for Shoals. Shoals for Salem. So what's your scouting report on these Lions tonight?
Well, they're a team that the top 5-6 guys have been playing some really good basketball. They have played well of late. I think they've got a couple good wins. They beat Scottsburg. They were leading Brownstown, I think, after three quarters, and have done a pretty nice job. They don't turn the ball over too much. They take care of it seems like. So we want to get after them a little bit. This might be one of those games where even if we're not getting the turnovers, we just want to wear them down some, maybe get into the bench. We feel like if we can, get them to play 2 or 3 guys in their bench, we have a pretty big advantage there. So it just might take some time, but I think, all the things we always do, we still want to go inside. We think we have the size advantage for sure. We have the strength advantage. And then we have to guard the three-point line. They take a lot of threes. There's about 3 or 4 of their guys on the perimeter, about half their shots are threes, maybe more. So we want to take away that three-point line.
Defensively, what do you expect out of them? How will you attack them?
They've been playing a little bit of 2-3, but for the most part, we've seen a lot of man-to-man. They've kind of went man-to-man. I feel like the past couple of years they had played a lot of zone, and we still could see some zone. Some teams might throw some things at us, especially. We've seen their guards kind of try to take the other guards away and face guard a little bit, so we've seen some of that in their man-to-man. So we might see a little box and one. We might see just a little bit or 2-3. They played a little 1-3-1. They'll mix it up some, but for the most part, we've probably seen 67% man-to-man.
But as you always say, Coach, we just got to do what we can do and do it right.
Yeah, we have to, and we have to take care of the ball. That's going to be key. Just having the different roles. We did still have 13 turnovers at Shoals, so we got to cut that number down. That was just a concern from our guys a little bit. We got to keep that 10 or under, I think, and then we just have to keep establishing that paint and go inside out. Once we go back out, we want to knock down a couple outside shots, and that opens everything up.
Line up for your Rams tonight.
We will go with Dakota and Traylon at the guards, and we're going to start Chad and Dane and Ian.
And then off the bench?
Off the bench pretty early, we'll probably bring in Kirkland. And, I think Justin had a big game here. He's got a good matchup, and we'll probably give him some good minutes tonight.
Everybody but Cooper healthy and ready to go?
They are. Everybody's ready to go, and just looking forward to a pretty good crowd. We got the youth night here, so we want to play well in front of those guys, too.
That we do. And, of course, Coach, you got a possible sectional foe here tonight in Salem.
Yep. And, they're playing some good basketball. In my opinion, right now they're probably the top 3 or 4 team in the sectional. So we want to send a message here tonight, I think.
Coach Cole, as always, thank you for the time and the talk in your ball club. Have a good game tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Head Coach Dusty Colapaoli. Stay tuned. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat Low-Fill Insulation System makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat Insulation System by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
Every day, children in our community enter the court systems because of abuse or neglect, and they need someone to speak up for them. That's where CASA comes in. Our volunteers stand beside them, making sure their voices are heard and their best interests come first. It's incredibly important work, and we need more people willing to make a difference. I'm Chrissy Evans, Orange County CASA Director. If you've ever wondered how you could help a child in a meaningful way, I'd love to talk with you. Call 812-723-2411.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
As we wrap up the Team OC pregame show, Team OC expanding possibilities one child at a time. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James. First of all, for the visitors tonight, the Salem Lions. At forward, number 21, Ethan Campbell, 6'1", and a junior averaging 1.5 points per ball game. The other forwards, number 23, Braxton Dean, 6'3", and a senior, 12.4, the leading scorer. Three-guard lineup, number 3, Peyton Shockey, 5'9", and a junior, 8.9. Number 5 is Carson Albertson, 5'10", a junior, averaging 5.4. And number 11, Evan Lloyd, 6'1", and a senior, averaging 7.4. Offensively, the Lions scored at 47.6 and give up 51.7. For head coach Jalen Nice, the Lions are 7-10. For the number 1 team in Class 2A, the Paoli Rams at 16-0. At forward tonight will be number 4, Dane Padgett, 6'3" and a senior, averaging 12.4. Number 24, Ian Sullivan, 5'10" and a junior, averaging 4.8. And number 32, Chad Sullivan, 6'3" and a senior, averaging 9.2. In the backcourt tonight, number 2, Trey Mitten, 6'2", a senior, 4.3. And number 30, Dakota Apple, 6'3" and a junior, averaging 10.8. Rams scored at 68.1 and give up 42.9 points per contest. For head coach Dusty Cole, the Rams are 16-0. Our lineups tonight have been brought to you by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James. Rams are in their home white, trimmed in purple and gold. Salem in their traveling black, trimmed in gold. And to take you through tonight's ball game, here's Bert Pettigo.
All right, to the center court circle, Chad Sullivan for Paoli and Braxton Dean for Salem. Just about ready now. Ball in the air, tipped controlled easily by Paoli. And Paoli gets the first crack at the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Salem, they're going to start 2-3 zone defense. Minton will run it from the point for Paoli. Skip it over right side to Apple. Fire it down low. There with it. Shot up by Padgett is good. His first two of the night. And it's on the side of Paoli. Paoli starts 2-2-1 full court pressure. In backcourt, ball deflected. It's loose. Padgett runs it down. Turnover number 1 against Salem. Paoli to the attack. Skip it right corner. There with it is Apple. Apple skips it left corner to Minton. Minton puts the ball on the floor, brings it to the middle, and hands it off to Apple, and Paoli sets against that 2-3 zone defense.
But that 2-3, we'll see Kirkland using this game pretty quick because he is the designated zone buster for this Rams ball club.
Minton out front, gets it down low to Padgett, goes to the bucket, puts it up and in. He's got 4. Paoli off to a 4-0 start. We've played a minute. In backcourt, Lloyd with it. Lost it for a second. Gets it now over to Albertson, and finally across the timeline, Campbell for Salem.
Oh,
wild pass out, intended for Albertson. Could have thrown it about 20 miles per hour. He threw it 100. And Coach Galen Nice says, I have seen enough already. He will take time. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
So a good start. Got a turnover in a basket, be able to get it down in the paint to Padgett and force the opposition into an early timeout in this ball game.
Yeah, 2 early turnovers against Salem. Haven't even gotten a shot up yet. Paoli to the offensive end. Apple's got it on the right wing. Fired down low to Padgett. Padgett works with it, gets it out to Minton. Minton drives in the lane. Kick it over to Padgett, out to Apple. Apple down low to Minton, right back to Padgett. 15-footer up and gone. Stepped out, knocked down the jump shot. He's got all 6 of the Paoli points. It's 6-0, 6:20 to go in the first quarter. And backcourt, Lloyd with it, gets it into Shockey in front court. A pass that Lloyd wasn't anticipating, but he did track it down. Maintains possession for Salem. Left side, there with it is Campbell. They'll work that weave out front. Shockey dribbled it off his foot. Minton got a little deflection in there as well. He'll hand it off to Dean. Dean had the ball poked away. It's free near midcourt. Bodies on the floor. Ball still on the floor. Still more bodies to the floor. And Salem, no, they still don't have it. And now finally Paoli will put a handle on it and go the other way. Into front court. Minton fires down low to Padgett, and he is being pushed from behind, and the foul is given.
Rams continue to feed the hot hand. That's Dane Padgett here this evening. That foul is going to be on 21, Ethan Campbell. That'll be his first team foul, number 1. Had to chuckle a little bit in that mad scramble. Traylon Minton got the best push of the night so far, sending a guy rolling across the floor.
Inadvertent, let's say.
Yes.
Minton out of bounds, lobs it. Intended target moved away. Albertson comes down with it. He's going to go the length and lay it up and in. Turnover to the easy 2. First 2 of the night for Salem. It's a 6-2 Paoli lead. Padgett fires it cross court to Apple. Apple in to the lane to Ian Sullivan. Sullivan put the ball on the floor and off the glass. He's got his first 2. And Paoli's up 8-2. Full court pressure again. In backcourt with it, that's Dean. Dean around Padgett into front court. His pass picked off, taken away. Turnover number 4 against Salem. Quickly into front court. Padgett down the lane. Lost it for a second. Now it's taken away. That's 2 turnovers against Paoli. Lloyd comes up with it. Romero Embry, he checked in at the break. 6'5" and a junior. Left side, Shockey with it. Shockey puts down the dribble. Now he's used it up. Paoli is set in the man-to-man. Romero Embry, he threw up an air ball. No good. Rebound. Paoli's got it. They run the other way. Sullivan, that's Ian driving down. Scoop on the way is good. Off the glass and through, and another timeout to be taken by Salem. Paoli out to a 10-2 lead. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Rams off to a fast start. 4:41 to go on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli on top 10-2. The Rams are perfect 5 out of 5 from the field so far here early in this ball game.
Kind of wondering why I didn't have more rebounds marked down. Nobody's missing shots. All right, Salem, after the timeout, they've used 2 of them already. They get it into front court, beat the Paoli pressure. Around to the right side, Shockey fakes 3, leans in on the lane. Shot up and good. He's got his first 2, a 10-4 lead for Paoli. Paoli quickly to the offensive end. Kirkland Hughes checked in at that break. Out to Ian Sullivan. He'll try a 3. No good. Apple, though, went and got the rebound. Out to Padgett to Hughes in the corner. Hughes right back to him as they were off balance and out of sync. All right, Paoli sets again against that 2-3. Looking back door. Pass intended for Padgett going out of bounds. That's turnover number 3 against Paoli.
Right idea. Just did not connect on that pass down low. Too hot to handle. One of the few that Dane could not grab with those strong hands. He takes a break. Chad Sullivan in for Paoli.
In backcourt, Romero Embry with it for Salem. Gets it across the timeline to Albertson. Albertson back out to Lloyd. Lloyd looks to drive. Kicks it over to Shockey. Right side 3. No good. Over the backboard and out of bounds. Give it over to Paoli.
Justin Thornton has also checked in for the Rams at that last timeout. See how the Rams attack this 2-3 now with use the shooter in there. Usually like to run him from side to side along the baseline if he can get a corner jumper or one from the wing.
Down low, they fire it in to Sullivan. Out to Hughes. 3 on the way, an air ball, no good. It's going out of bounds, and it'll go over to Salem.
They talk about all the time, Kirkland, a streaky shooter. Really nice to see him if he can get that first one to go in a game. That one did come up short. We'll see if he's able to recover as quickly Mitten back in and Ian Sullivan out.
Shockey in backcourt with it. Gets it over to Romero Embry. Embry skips it into front court to Albertson right in front of the Paoli band. Out to Romero Embry down low. Nice pass there with it is Dean. He puts it up and in. 10-6 ball game. Paoli up by 4. That's the first 2 of the night for Dean. 3:10 and counting in the first quarter. Get it in the lane. Thornton dumps it down low to the low block. Sullivan powers his way up. Shot no good. Wouldn't fall. Rebound. Salem's got it. They'll run the other way. Down the far sideline. Albertson open for a 3. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Thornton. Pass ahead to Minton. Minton down the sideline to Thornton. Left side. Hughes open. 3. Good. His first of the night. 13-6 the score. Paoli on top, 2:42 to go in the first quarter of play. In backcourt, Romero Embry with it. He's going to be tied up as Benton just reached in, grabbed a hold of it. Jump ball called. This one will favor Salem.
Rams a great job of putting a double team right there at the midcourt stripe. I don't think Romero Embry is the guy they really want bringing that ball up, but the Rams are able to do a good job with that trapping defense. Possession arrow, though, will keep it with Salem. As the Rams, once again, we talk about it so many times with this full court pressure. They just want to try and speed you up, get you out of your rhythm, and so far they have done that with Salem in this first quarter.
All right, Salem to the offensive end. Again, the weave out front. Albertson leaves it off for Lloyd. Lloyd angles to the right side. Behind the back dribble, has used it up. Get it down low now to Dean. Fan it out. Albertson to the corner. Romero Embry back out to Albertson. Albertson in the lane, fires it down low. Intended for Dean, got away from him. But he recovers. now works with the dribble on the baseline. Fire it back out front to Shockey, and they'll set again against Paoli's man-to-man. Right side, Shockey looks down low. We've got contact, and a foul called as Hughes got pinned down low by Dean.
Dean, a good job of getting that low post position, and that's all Kirkland could do is just try and fight through that. That'll be his first personal foul and just team foul number 1.
Minute 59 to go, first quarter. Paoli up 13-6. Salem has the basketball. Have to pass it into Albertson in backcourt from the baseline. Now, get it to Lloyd. Lloyd, he's guarded closely, swinging around to the left side. Shockey has it now. Shockey has used up the dribble, hands it off, gets it right back, fakes three, drives left side, down low, nice pass. Romero Embry will lay it up and in.
That was good execution in the half court that time, as Salem was very patient that time, working the Rams' man-to-man defense and got just exactly what they wanted.
They get a 13-8 score in favor of Paoli. Minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Left side, Hughes with it way out front. To Minton, over to Hughes. Another three on the way, no good. Left it short, rebound. Ian Sullivan shot up, no good. But a whistle and a foul and a chance for a free throw.
Rams a good job again getting second chance opportunities. Foul will go on 42. That's Caden Romero Hembry. That'll be his first, just the second team foul. But it will be a shooting foul, and to the free throw line, Ian Sullivan already 4 points in this quarter on 2 baskets.
Sullivan on the year, 79% free throw shooter. First up and no good. Too hard off the back rim. Substitution coming back in for Paoli, Dakota Apple. He replaced Chad Sullivan.
Once again, the Rams going to that bench early and often tonight. They want to wear down this Salem team. Coach Cole said before the game, doesn't necessarily have to create a turnover every time we put on the press. But if we can start to wear them down and get into their bench, he feels the Rams has a big advantage there.
Second free throw by Ian, up and good. He's got 5 and make it now a 14-8 ball game. Now Salem's got numbers the other way. Romero Embry had it 2-on-1, but picked up the dribble at the three-point line. Work over to the right side to Dean, down to Romero Embry, backs his way to the baseline. He's used up the dribble. Ball knocked away, goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Salem. Last touch by Apple.
Good job by Dakota coming in from that weak side to put the double team on the Salem player down there. Once again, they're just trying to post up whoever Kirkland uses guarding in this man-to-man.
Lloyd lobs it to Romero Embry at the three-point line, handed off to Shockey. Shockey drives, and he is pushed by Apple.
And for Dakota, that'll be his first team foul number 2. You'll remember last week at Shoals, Dakota's time was limited on the court because of some early foul trouble, so he's trying to make sure he doesn't have that happen again tonight.
Inbound pass stolen by Padgett. That's 5 turnovers now against Salem. Paoli looks to build on a 6-point lead. Minton across the timeline. Goes over to Hughes. See if Paoli wants to think about holding for 1. Instead, fire it down low to Padgett. Shot off the glass is good. Tough shot. He's got 8. 16-8 the score. Paoli on top. Salem the basketball. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Left side. They'll bounce down low. There with it is Dean. Dean back out to Lloyd with 23 seconds to go in the quarter. Dean puts down a couple of bounces. Goes behind the back. Avoids some pressure. It's down to 15 now to go in the quarter. Lloyd angles right, comes back left, down to 10 seconds in the quarter. Lloyd still with the dribble, gets it to Dean, down to 6. Dean looks at the clock, gets it to Romero Embry, down to 3. Left side, Lloyd will launch 3. Good, and that's the way the first quarter will come to an end. Little momentum for Salem as Paoli's lead trimmed to 5, 16-11 after 1. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams!
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summer's seamless guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Cave Quarries Incorporated
Quarter,
and Cal Car Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone,
he
sand,
lays
hot
it up
mix
and in.
asphalt.
He's got 10 points, and Paoli's lead now at 7, 18-11. Into front court with it. Shockey gets it over to Lloyd as they work around the outside of Paoli's 1-3-1. Shockey, 3, top of the key, is up and good. Got the zone to move. He's got 5, making an 18-14 ball game. Paoli's lead now at 4. 7:15 to go, second quarter. Apple angles over to the right side, gets it to Hughes. Hughes right back to Apple. Apple to Hughes. Thought about that 3. Didn't pull the trigger. Now he brings it to the middle of the court. Used up the dribble. Pass it to Minton. Minton left side. Hughes another 3. Spun out on him. No good. And the rebound controlled by Salem underneath. Dean's got it. Outlet pass to Shockey. Shockey down the near sideline. Brings it back out front. Passes to Lloyd. And again, Paoli set in that 1-3-1. Shockey angles over to the right. 2-guard front against the 1-3-1. An odd man front. Back over to Shockey. Shockey fumbled it for a second. Gets it back. Now over to Lloyd. They'll just play pitch and catch with it until they see something they like. Shockey over to Lloyd. Lloyd still way away from the bucket. They haven't even really looked to penetrate just yet.
No, it's just been all around the perimeter. They can't get inside the arc against this 1-3-1. Salem looks a little confused exactly as to what they want to run on this zone offense as well.
Out front, Apple applying the pressure. Lloyd has it on the far sideline. Passes back out to Shockey. Shockey right side. Pass deflected. Loose, but Dean there to recover for Salem. Get it over to Lloyd. He'll try a 3. No good. Rebound, Albertson underneath. His close-in shot, no good. Rebound, Sullivan's got it, and he is fouled.
Foul will be on the Lions. Not a lot of fouls so far here early in this ball game. Put this one on 23. That'll be Dean. That'll be his first, team foul number 1. Great shooting by the Rams in the first quarter. 6 out of 7 from two-point range for 86%. 1 out of 4 behind the arc, 25%, and 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. Salem not bad either. 4 out of 5 from two-point range for 80%, and 1 out of 3 beyond the arc.
Salem stays in that 2-3. Paoli skips it left corner. 3 on the way by Hughes, no good. Chad Sullivan, the rebound, goes right back up to the bucket and lays it in. He's got his first 2. Make it a 20-14 ball game in favor of Paoli. 5:25 and counting in the first half. Shockey across the timeline. Again, Apple at the point of that 1-3-1. Get it to Lloyd, over to Romero Embry. Embry double-teamed in the corner, and is he tied up? Yeah, jump ball call.
Got to stay down with Salem, though. Second time the Rams have had a jump ball not go their way. This is one of those games, if you really didn't have a scoreboard and you were just watching it up and down on the floor, you would think the Rams would be way out in front. But Salem's hit just enough shots to stay in contact here early, and for them, that is a good thing, trailing just by 6.
Shockey steps out of bounds. He'll do the honors, brings it in. Albertson, he'll try a 3 that's no good. Long kicker out of there for a rebound. Albertson got it himself. Over to Shockey in the corner. Out to Romero Embry. 3 on the way is good. Offensive rebound, second chance. He's got 5, and it's now a 20-17 lead for Paoli. To the offensive end. Minton has it. High post pass to Ian Sullivan. Fan it out to Apple. He's in the right corner. Apple backs it out with the dribble. Hands it off to Hughes to Minton. Minton angles left and comes back to Apple. Apple lobs down low. There with it, Padgett. Double team. His pass deflected, taken away. 4 turnovers against Paoli. Quickly the other way. Salem. Shockey with it out to Reardon. Down low, they get it to Albertson. Albertson to Dean, and he is tied up literally by Ian Sullivan. Had him by the arm.
Ian got caught in that switch, and that'll be his first team foul number 1. Once again, they post up, Salem does, Braxton Dean, and Rams, if they get a switch where Padgett has to go off of him, it is a definite mismatch as we see Justin Thornton re-enter the lineup for Kirkland Hughes. And Salem, chance to tie it with a 3.
Shockey steps out of bounds, brings it into Reardon. Reardon to Romero Embry, out to Albertson. Albertson over to Shockey. He'll fire up a 3, spun out on him. Just did come out. Rebound, Minton for Paoli. He'll bring it forward himself, goes over to Sullivan, right side, drives in. Shot off the glass is good. Tough shot over the bigger Embry. He's got 7. Make it 22-17. Paoli's lead now at 5. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Reardon in a world of hurt. He got double-teamed, but got rid of it to Dean. Dean is double-teamed, and his pass tipped away and taken away. 6 turnovers against Salem, and a whistle in backcourt and a foul call.
Not a good foul for Salem. Braxton Dean just upset with that turnover that he made. And, of course, as you see so many times, a player tries to come back and make a play to get it back. And what Dean did, well, he got a foul. That means he's going to go to the bench probably for the final 3:50 of this quarter because that is his second personal foul.
Salem got bigger with that substitution. Ethan Larimore, a 6'7" sophomore. He checks in. He'll be in the middle of that zone defense.
But he's not the physical player that Dean is.
Right side, Sullivan. Down low, they get it to Padgett. Padgett nearly had it taken away as Larimore got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds.
Not only is he tall at 6'7", he's got quite a wingspan as well. He can stretch those arms out and cover a lot of territory in the paint.
Minton brings it into Apple, 14-footer, right baseline, no good. Came right back to him. He goes right up in the middle. Larimore blocked it, and the rebound controlled by Salem. Lions run the other way. Reardon, left wing, tries to go down low to Larimore, does. His pass deflected. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Salem.
Rams make a substitution again quickly here. Kirkland Hughes in, Chad Sullivan in. Traylon Minton along with Dane Padgett will come to the bench for the Rams at the 3:21 mark on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard.
Hey, they list Larimore at 6'7", but when Chad's standing next to him, they're almost eye to eye. In the front court, Shockey drives in and lays it in. Got around that screen at the top, got to the bucket. He's got 7, making now a 22-19 score in favor of Paoli. 3:05 to go in the first half. Out front, Apple with it. Gets it over to Ian Sullivan. High post pass to Thornton. He'll pull up. 15-footer. No good. Left it short. Salem has the rebound. Shockey will bring it into front court. Doesn't have numbers. Now backs it out. Looks like Paoli is man-to-man. Shockey's going to drive in. Leaves it off Larimore. His shot blocked out of there by Ian Sullivan. Chad's got the rebound. Paoli goes the other way. Apple down the lane. Running one-hander. No good. Rebound. Sullivan. No good. Chad the second time. No good. Ian got it this time. He'll go up in traffic and put it in. He says, big brother, this is how it's done. Shoot till happy trip for Paoli. Now the ball loose. It's going out of bounds. And last touch by Salem. Another turnover. Their 7th of the half.
Rams, after shooting so well in the first quarter, really cooled off now here in the second quarter. They're getting a lot of shots, more shot attempts actually in this second quarter of play. And there was that defense finally once again creating a turnover. See if Paoli can take advantage of it. Go to Apple, who has been scoring well as of late, struggling from the field, 0 for 3 tonight.
Paoli with possession of the basketball, leading by 5. Salem still in that 2-3 zone defense. Get it to Thornton at the high post. Thornton leans in, shot up, no good. Larimore got him with a hip, knocked him to the floor. That should send Thornton to the free throw line.
Ethan Larimore off the bench. That will be his first personal foul, team foul number 3, but fouled in the act of shooting. Justin Thornton will go to the line looking for his first points of the night.
Thornton on the year, 64% free throw shooter. That one dips in, spins out. Missed the first. He'll get the second. Romero Embry checks back in for Salem.
One good thing the Rams have done so far in this first half, they have kept Salem from taking a free throw so far in this ballgame. Rams haven't been there a lot. That was just their 3rd time.
Got the second. 1 of 2 that trip for Thornton. He gets his first point of the night. Make it a 25-19 ballgame in favor of Paoli. Into front court, Albertson with it, gets it to Larimore. Larimore back to Albertson on the far sideline, back out front to Lloyd, and they'll set from there as Paoli matches up in the man-to-man this trip. Lloyd dribbling away some time. He's at the center court circle. Angles right, comes back left, still waiting for something, waiting for that screen. Uses it, gets it over to Romero Embry. He's on the right wing, brings it to the high post. Romero Embry has used up the dribble, leaves it off for Reardon. Reardon's going to drive, kicks it right corner. Albertson, three, no good. Rebound tipped out by Romero Embry. He couldn't get it, but did tip it to a teammate. Offensive rebound for Salem. Minute 15 to go in the first half. Salem, they fire it down low. Romero Embry, and he is being pushed from behind. Little reach-around deal by Dakota Apple.
That'll be 2 on Dakota, which means he'll come out of the ball game. Dane Padgett was already at the scorer's table, but he's coming in for Thornton now. Ian up, and he will replace Dakota Apple at the 110 mark. And Salem, give them credit. They're just hanging around in this first half of play.
Reardon gets it down low to Larimore, reverses and lays it up and in. His first two, 25-21 the score. Paoli on top and with the basketball. 1 minute to go in the first half. Minton fires it to the high post. There goes Padgett down the lane and lays it up and in. Padgett, big first half. He's got 12. 27-21. Paoli on top. The other way, Romero Embry fakes three. Fires it to the right corner to Reardon. Back out front to Lloyd. Down to 38 seconds to go in the first half. See if Salem wants to think about the last shot of the half. Romero Embry back out front to Lloyd, down to 29 seconds. Paoli is in the man-to-man. Albertson, he skips it to the right side to Reardon. Reardon to Lloyd. It's behind him, and he couldn't control it. Out of bounds. 8 turnovers now against Salem.
Lloyd was on that right wing, and he knew if he could catch that pass, he was going to have a wide-open look at that three-point opportunity. It just took his eyes off of it. So now the Rams create that turnover. See if they can finish out strong here with a basket in the final 18 seconds.
Minton walking it forward. Hands it off to Dakota Apple, down to 12 seconds. See if they let Apple go one-on-one. Down to 9, down to 8. Apple angles over to the right. Got to the free throw line. Shot up, no good. Ball tipped around, loose in the corner. Shockey runs it down for Salem. He'll just fire it toward the midcourt stripe. That's as far as it would go. And Paoli will take a 6-point lead to the locker room. 27-21 your score on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. We'll take a break, come back. We'll have some first half stats. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
If you're retired or even thinking about retiring, you want someone to work as hard for your money as you have. Raymond James Financial Advisors Jamie Sullivan and Jenny Baker specialize in doing what's right for you in your retirement years and in educating you about your investments. If you'd like a fresh, objective, and thoughtful second opinion, contact Jenny or Jamie at 812-849-2670, located in Mitchell. Raymond James & Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange SIPC. Life well planned.
We are at the half. Right now, Paoli on top, 27-21 over Salem. We begin the Whitfield Investments halftime report. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how West can help you stay on track with your goals now and in the future. Looking back at first half action, no ties, no lead changes. Paoli came out, got off to a great start, especially Dane Padgett. He scored the first 6 points of the night for Paoli, all within the first minute and a half of the ball game. Salem would finally counter as Albertson got a shot to fall at the 5:35 mark, made it a 6-2 ball game. Paoli then ran off 4 straight, and it was Ian Sullivan that did that. He had a bucket at 5:25 and again at 4:41, and Paoli had an 8-point advantage at 10-2. Salem, they started to adjust a little bit to Paoli's pressure. They were able to get a couple of shots made as Shockey knocked down a 2, and then Dean knocked in a bucket, got Salem back within 10-6. Paoli would respond with a Kirkland Hughes 3, got up 13-6. Paoli, Salem, they basically play even the rest of that first quarter. Paoli wound up with a 16-11 lead after one. Early part of the second quarter, Dane Padgett again gets Paoli going. His first points of the quarter at the 7:45 mark give Paoli an 18-11 lead. Shockey would respond with a three for Salem, got them back within four at 18-14. And like Dave said in the first half, Salem was just hanging around. Paoli got a bucket from Chad Sullivan to go up six. Salem countered with a three, got them back within three at 20-17. Matter of fact, they had possession after that, a chance to tie with a three, but wound up turning it over. Paoli would bump that lead back up to five a couple of times at 22-17 and 24-19 on Ian Sullivan buckets. Before Paoli, they are able to get that 6-point lead going into the locker room, a Dane Padgett bucket at the 52-second mark, the last points of the first half. So 27-21 your score. Rebounding battle, that's being won by Paoli right now, margin of 13-8. Turnovers, very much one-sided. 8 turnovers for Salem, only 4 for Paoli. 27-21 your halftime score. When the Whitfield Investments halftime report continues, we'll be taking a look at some of the individual and team stats from first half action. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
27-21 your score here at the half on the Whitfield Investments halftime report. Paoli on top. Good shooting by both teams from inside the arc here in these first 2 quarters of play. For the Rams, they opened up with a hot hand, hitting 6 out of 7 from two-point land. Followed that up by going 5 out of 12 in the second quarter. For the half, the Rams are 11 out of 19 inside the arc for 58%. Paoli 1 out of 4 from three-point range in the first quarter, 0 for 2 in the second. Just 1 out of 6 here at the half for 16%. Paoli got to the free throw line 4 times in this first half, 2 in the first quarter, 2 in the second, and hit 2 of those for 50%. For the Salem Lions, they continue their good shooting from two-point land, 4 out of 5 in the first quarter, 2 out of 4 in the second. The Lions are 6 out of 9 for 67% two-point shooting here on the road in the first half. And from three-point land, they went 1 out of 3 in the first quarter, 2 out of 6 in the second, 3 out of 9 for the half at 33%. With that spread offense out and Bean on the bench with fouls, it was a spread-out type game, and Salem did not get to the free throw line in that first half of play. Rams lead it by 6. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
As we continue with the Whitfield Investments halftime report. Let's take a look at individual scoring here in the first half of play for the Rams. A big night for Dane Padgett. He's got 12 in this first half, as he is a perfect 6 out of 6 from the field. Ian Sullivan also a strong first 2 quarters with 9. Padgett and Ian Sullivan together, they have 21, the same amount that Salem has here at the halftime break. Then 3 on the night for Kirkland Hughes, 2 for Chad Sullivan, and 1 for Justin Thornton. Trey Minton and Dakota Apple have seen action, but they did not score. For the Salem Lions, they're led by Peyton Shockey at the half. He has 7 points. Then 5 off the bench for Caden Romero-Hembry. 3 on the night for Evan Lloyd. 2 apiece for Braxton Dean, Carson Albertson, and Ethan Larimore. Ethan Campbell started but did not score in the first half of play. At the end of 1, the Rams are up 16-11. The lead here at the half is 27-21. Paoli on top. We'll be back to wrap up the Whitfield Investments halftime report. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Rams lead it by 6 here at the half, 27-21. Take a look at the foul situation. Dakota Apple with 2, nobody else with more than 1 for the Rams. While for Salem, Braxton Dean sat for several minutes in that second quarter after he picked up his second personal foul. Campbell, Romero, Hembry, and Larimore each have 1. As we wrap up the Whitfield Investments halftime report, give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how West can keep you on track with your goals now and in the future. JV Rams got off to a rough start. They got a 13-0 hole to start this game. They fought back but just could not get over the hump and fall for only the 3rd time this season, losing earlier tonight 48-46. They're ready to go with second half action. Let's see if the Rams can follow the script that they've had so many times in games like this that are close at half, able to come out with a real strong third quarter and gap it out and get up into that double-digit lead.
All right, Paoli, they will start with possession of the basketball. Apple steps out of bounds and brings it in to Minton. Minton will run it from the point. Salem, as they have been just about all night in that 2-3 zone defense. Minton angles over to the right side. Bring it back to the middle of the court. Now left side to Ian Sullivan. In the lane, pass intended for Padgett. It got away, but Apple there to recover. Kick it in the corner to Sullivan. Ian drives in. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound, loose in the corner, and they're going to run over some members of the band who were just trying to escape the arena.
Get into the drum set over there. Hopefully everybody and all the equipment is okay as well. Looks like everybody is good to go, we hope. Meanwhile, though, the Rams come up empty on that very first possession here of this third quarter, and Paoli will give them a chance to set up in their 2-2-1 full-court pressure.
Lloyd, he starts second half for Salem, inbounds it, gets it right back. Now he skips it over to Shockey, still in backcourt to Lloyd. Lloyd over to Albertson, still in backcourt, 10 count on, and there it is. You don't usually get away with 5 or 6 passes without a 10-second violation.
But Salem just did not have a sense of urgency to get that ball across the timeline, and Paoli able to do a nice job of just keeping enough pressure on them so that they didn't even get close to the 10-second line.
All right, Paoli, another crack at the scoreboard, leading it by 6. Out front, Minton fires it to Padgett to Sullivan. They're looking back door, lob, there it is, Apple. Oh, it spun out on him. But he got his own rebound, goes back up in the lane, no good. Long kick out of there as it got tipped out, and Paoli With Apple getting another rebound, they'll get another crack at it.
Dakota, tough shooting night, 0 for 6 from the field.
Just can't get one to fall. In the lane, Paget back out to Apple. Apple off of that screen. They're looking for that lob again. Out instead to Ian Sullivan. 3 on the way, no good. Strong rebound underneath by Lloyd. Lloyd had it knocked away for a second, but recovers. And now Salem to the offensive end. Dean has it in the far corner. Back out to Shockey. Paoli set in their man-to-man. Played about a minute and a half of the second half. Paoli still up 27-21. Fired down low. Dean shot in close. No good. Spun out on him. Salem coaches upset. They wanted a goaltending call. Apple into front court. Back out to Minton. Minton, he's going to drive in. Leaves it off for Sullivan down low. Shot fake. Shot up. No good, but a whistle and a foul, and he will go to the free throw line.
Nice job of high-low to get that ball down to Chad, and a great pump fake. Couldn't get that shot to fall, so he'll have to earn him at the free throw line. That foul goes on Romero Hembry. That'll be his second team foul number 1 here in the third period.
Sullivan, 57% free throw shooter on the year. First on the way is up and no good. Wide to the right. Score remains at 27-21. We will have a substitution if Sullivan makes this. He'll take himself out as Hughes is at the scores table now. Sullivan, second one. It's on the way. That one looks better. It is. It's good. He will come out as Hughes will check in. Chad Sullivan with 3 points on the night. Paoli up 28-21. 6:13 to go in the third quarter. Paoli continues with the full court pressure. Romero Embry, his pass deflected, taken away. Paget comes up with it, gets it down low to Sullivan, drives in, scoops it up off the glass, and good. Difficult shot to say the least. He's got 11. Another deflection in backcourt. Apple with it. Apple in the lane, leans in, shot no good, but a whistle and a foul, and he will go to the free throw line.
And Dakota comes out talking to himself like, how am I not getting a shot to go in tonight? Well, here's where you can start doing it, and that's at the free throw line. Evan Lloyd's first foul, team foul number 2.
Apple, 73% free throw shooter on the year. First up and good, but it wasn't easy. Front rim, back rim, off the glass, and through. Apple waiting on the line. Now he's got it. Paoli up by 10. He can extend it to 11. Second one straight through. He's got his first 2 points of the night, 32-21 the score. Paoli up, Salem with the basketball. In backcourt, Lloyd with it. Gets it over to Albertson, back to Lloyd. Lloyd skips it ahead to Dean. Just had to tightrope the sideline to stay in bounds. He gets it to Shockey, and Shockey, was he out of bounds? I guess so.
Yeah, he made a little pivot move there, and he wanted to throw it off the leg of Traylon Minton, but then he lost his balance, and before he could throw the pass from going out of bounds, he ended up going out of bounds, and Rams now start to get a little run going here to start this third quarter.
That's now 12 turnovers against Salem, 4 of them already in this half. Out front, Minton with it over to Sullivan. Sullivan's going to drive in, scoops on the run again, up and in. And a timeout going to be taken. Coach Jalen Nice, he's on the court saying, look at me, I want time. And he will finally be given that. 34-21 the score. Paoli up by 13. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for a bank that actually puts you first? Then it's time to meet Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company, where banking feels a little more human. Whether you're saving for a rainy day, chasing your first home, or planning that someday retirement dream, we've got your back every step of the way. Enjoy personal service, local decisions, and real people who care about your goals. Stop by your local Springs Valley Banking Center or visit us online at svbt.bank to get you started. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Well, Salem had to take the time out, down by 13. This might be that stretch that does them in. Down low, get it to Dean. Dean reverses, shot up, no good. Rebound, Paoli's got it, running the other way. Apple into front court, over to Hughes, fakes. Defense flies by. Three on the way is no good. It's going to go out of bounds and over to Salem.
Kirkland just went out of 6 from behind the arc. Rams right now on an 8-0 run. Had that one fallen, it would have really given Paoli some momentum. As Salem struggling, they've only taken 2 shots so far here in the first 3 minutes of this quarter.
4:50 to go in the third quarter. Salem, possession of the basketball. Romero Embry finally gets it across the timeline to Shockey. Shockey's going to drive in, a contact and a foul, and this will go on Dakota Apple. And I'm thinking Dakota's just going to want to burn the tape on this one.
Third personal foul already for Dakota. That will put Salem at the line for the first time tonight here at the 4:42 mark of quarter number 3. And see if they can get some points there with Peyton Shockey, who's leading this team in scoring with 7 in this ball game.
Shockey came in averaging just a tick under 9. Really good free throw shooter, 81% on the year. Makes the first. Make it 34-22. Paoli on top. 4:42 to go in the third quarter. Second free throw, no good. A rare miss for him. Paoli's got the rebound. Chad Sullivan hands it off to Minton. Minton will bring it across the timeline. Salem still 2-3. Minton directing traffic out front. Goes to Padgett at the three-point line, left side. Out to Minton to Ian Sullivan. Ian down to Chad. Chad backs his way in. Shot up in the lane, no good. Contested rebound brought down by Salem. They've got a run out. Albertson ahead of the pack, and he did not get a shot. As Padgett ran back at him and must have scared him a little bit. He just brought it back out front. Albertson now with it. Albertson drives in, hands it off to Dean. Dean in the corner. That's Reardon with it. Back out front they go to Shockey, but a golden opportunity for Salem. Looked like they were going to get an easy 2. Now they do get it down low to Dean, who will lay it up and in. Got him wide open for his 4th point of the night. 34-24 the score. Paoli up by 10 and with the ball. Left side, Hughes fakes 3, gets it back. He'll fire it up this time. No good. Romero Embry way up for the rebound for Salem. He waits, traffic clears, now he brings it forward. Skip it over to Reardon, back out to Shockey. Shockey looks to the bench, they get the instructions. Now they'll start the offense. Shockey angles over to the right side, to the sideline, back out front he passes to Dean, to Romero Embry. They wanted the lob, but Paoli had that covered up. Out front, Reardon, he's going to fire up a 3, no good. That one going out of bounds. No, it's saved inbounds. Romero Embry comes up with the loose basketball. Now he's trapped in the corner, and another timeout going to be taken by Salem to save that possession. 34-24, Paoli up 10, 3:03 to go in the third. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Able to get a double-digit lead finally here, 34-24, forcing Coach Nice to take his 4th timeout already of this ball game. He's going to have to put that one in his back pocket, that 5th one there, because he may need it late in this ball game.
Salem took the timeout. They get it inbounds. Paoli man-to-man. Get it over to Reardon. Reardon drives baseline, and his pass kicked out of there by Justin Thornton. It'll stay with Salem.
Reardon, right idea. He turned the corner, got by his man on the baseline, and Dean was just sliding over there on the weak side, but Justin split the difference right there and got a foot on it to kick it out of bounds.
Shockey brings it into Reardon, back out front to Albertson. Albertson to Dean, and now they'll set the offense. Dean drives right, tried to get it down low. Ball deflected, going out of bounds, and they say last touch by Paoli. It'll stay with Salem.
Tried that pick and roll. The pass just wasn't lofted enough to get down to Dean, and that's what he's telling Romero Hembry. Just put a little bit more air under it for me. We'll see if they can get that connection to work later on.
Shockey brings it into Dean. He is in the far corner, puts the ball on the floor, goes to the bucket. Wild shot up is no good, but he is fouled and will get a chance at the free throw line.
Be the first foul on Justin Thornton, team foul number 2, but it will be another shooting foul for the Salem Lions. Braxton Dean at the line. He has got 4 points on 2 baskets so far here in this ball game.
Dean, another one of those good free throw shooters for Salem, 77% on the year. Free throw on the way is too hard, no good. Announcer jinx, I guess.
It's working. Keep it up.
34-24 the score. Paoli up 10. Salem at the free throw line, second of 2. Free throw spins out, and he missed both, and the rebound to Chad Sullivan of Paoli. Sullivan waits, hands it off to Minton, and Trey will bring it across the timeline. Down low, they get it to Thornton, and he is grabbed and held. Romero Embry, he was beaten on that back door and just reached in to foul.
Rams got the good high-low action that time, and they're going to put the foul actually on Reardon, number 2. That'll be just his first team foul, number 3.
All right, Minton to bring it in for Paoli. Does in the corner to Thornton. Back out to Sullivan. Ian has played well for Paoli tonight. Out front, Minton with it. Needs some help. Gets it to Chad Sullivan. Top of the key to Ian. Ian works off of that screen. Couldn't get down the lane. Now goes right side to Thornton. Thornton in the lane to Minton. Minton back to Thornton. 15-footer, right baseline. No good. Rebound. Hughes went and got it for Paoli. Outlet pass. Back to Minton. Minton drives in, and he is knocked hard to the floor. It's a big collision with he and Romero Embry.
A lot of bodies down there, but you're right. Caden Romero Embry, that's his third personal foul, team foul number 4. That'll put to the line Trey Minton looking for his first points of the night. In fact, that was really his first shot attempt of this ball game.
Minton just under 60% on the year at the line. Free throw up and good. Gets his first point, gives Paoli that 11-point lead again at 35-24. 2:05 to go in the third quarter. Second free throw, it's up and good as well. Made them both, and he will come out of the ball game as Dane Padgett checks back in.
Rams struggling particularly from three-point land. They're 0 for 3 already in this quarter, making them just 1 out of 9 for the ball game.
Paoli, full court pressure, 2-2-1. Romero Embry in backcourt with it. Couple of bounces. Now fires it ahead to Albertson to Dean. Dean runs it to the baseline, back to Shockey. Fakes 3, drives in, leans in, shot up and goes. Got by a couple of Paoli boys. He's got 10. 36-26 the score. 10-point lead for Paoli. Minute 40 to go in the third quarter. That's the time showing on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. All right, Paoli playing pitch and catch with it out front. Thornton along with Hughes. Now Ian Sullivan gets involved with it. Thornton's going to drive to the bucket. It opened up, and he got right to it and laid it up and in. He's got 3. 38-26 the score. Paoli up 12. Salem, they've got the basketball. Dean up the far sideline into front court to Romero Embry, and he lost the basketball, but the official says the reason he did, Kirkland Hughes was reaching in.
And on Kirkland, that'll be his second foul, team foul number 3 in this third quarter of play. Right along the sideline is where Salem will throw it in as Paoli drops back to a 2-3 zone here on this particular trip.
All right, Shockey. He's over on the right wing, brings it back out front to Reardon. Reardon, couple of steps now, gets it to Shockey. Wanted that 3, couldn't get it. Instead to Dean on the baseline, shot up, it spun out on him. Rebound, Thornton has it for Paoli. Ahead to Ian Sullivan. Ian spins into the lane. He's going in, put it up off the glass, no good. Got his own rebound, and then had it knocked away and out of bounds. It'll stay with Paoli.
Rams had an opportunity on Ian coming down that left side. Dane Padgett was calling for the lob, but Ian just did not see him. A lot of bodies between those two particular players. And Ian will come out, and checking in will be Traylon Minton, and Albertson enters the lineup for Salem.
Malachi Lewis also in for Salem, his first action of the night. 6'5", just a freshman. I think he's going to be a good one. Down low, Minton with it. Shot in the lane is no good. Fighting for his own rebound. He couldn't get it. Lewis does. He waits now, passes ahead. Into Albertson in the left corner. Albertson backs it out with the dribble. Paoli in the zone defense. Right side, Reardon, his three blocked. Ball tipped around. Coming up with it underneath is Lewis, and he will put it up and in. He just kind of grabbed a hold of it at the last second and said, yeah, I'll shoot it. He gets his first two. 38-28 to score. 14 seconds to go in the third. Down low, they get it to Paget. Turns and just lays it up and in. 6 seconds to go in the quarter. Dane's got 14. Down to three. Long three. Left side is no good. Rebound. Minton has it for Paoli, and that's the way the third quarter will come to an end. Good quarter for Paoli as they outscore Salem 13-7. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
When you suffer the loss of a loved one, you can count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli. They have a 55-year history of serving the needs of families in Orange and surrounding counties. They provide only the best professional services in the most compassionate manner to care for you during this difficult time. You can always count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home as generations of families have done for many years. Call 812-723-2276 today. We're here when you need us the most. Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli.
Ready for fourth quarter action. Chance for me to say that it's not often that we get monitored during a broadcast. Kate Jones has joined us tonight. Told her before we started, anything at all you think I can improve on, you just let me know. And she's got a page, a page of things single-spaced that I evidently I can do better. We're going to talk later after the ball game. All right, Salem, they're going to start possession of the basketball to begin fourth quarter. Reardon fires it down low. Dean's close-in shot, no good. Ball loose, and there with it is Hughes coming up with it for Paoli. Paoli dodges the bullet there. Fire it down low into front court. Now back out to Hughes. He's open. Three on the way is no good. And Shockey goes in to get the rebound for Salem. Shockey, he'll bring it forward himself. Works it to the right side to Albertson. Albertson back out to Shockey, and Salem will set from there. Paoli, 2-3 zone defense to start the fourth quarter. Left side, Albertson, he gets free down the lane, pitches to the corner. Reardon fakes three, brings it in, shot up in the lane is no good. Rebound controlled by Hughes of Paoli. Hughes ahead to Dakota Apple. Apple, he spins into the lane. Contact, shot up, no good. Sullivan, though, with the rebound, follow, that's good. Chad's got 5. It's 42-28. Paoli a 14-point lead. In backcourt, Romero Embry with it. Gets it ahead to Dean. Dean, did he walk? Yes, he did. They didn't call it. Get it to Reardon. Reardon drives left baseline. His shot is up and good. Reardon with his first two. Paoli quickly the other way. Fire it across court, and that pass too high for Hughes. It goes out of bounds. That'll be turnover number 6 against Paoli. Substitutions. Looks like Lloyd is going to check back in for Salem. Hughes comes out for Paoli as Ian Sullivan re-enters.
Rams cool down in that third quarter, go 4 out of 11 for 36%, and we're 0 for 3 behind the arc. But good news is they hit 5 out of 6 free throws.
42-30 the score. Paoli up. Salem the basketball. Now they don't have it. It's taken away. Sullivan with the deflection. Apple with the basketball. Driving in. Put it up on the run. No good. Chad Sullivan with the follow. It's up and good. Chad's now got 7. Paoli up by 14. Into front court. Reardon. He gets into the lane. Passes back out front to Romero Embry. Down low, he goes to Dean, reverses. It's spun out on him, and the rebound. Sullivan's got another one for Paoli. Outlet pass to Minton. Minton across the timeline. He angles right and passes right. Apple with it. Paoli a 14-point lead right now. Apple on the right side, back out to Minton, to Paget. Paget nearly lost it, but he went and got it. In the lane, Apple shot up is good. Finally got one to stay. He's got 4. 46-30 the score. Paoli up by 16. Salem to the offensive end. Shockey on the far sideline, passes back out to Lloyd at the center court circle. Lloyd to Reardon in the corner. Romero Embry, he's open. Three is good. He's knocked down a couple tonight. He's got 8 points, and it's now a 46-33 score. Paoli on top with 5:10 and counting in the ball game. Minton across the timeline. Gets it in the lane to Padgett. Padgett lost it on the way to the bucket. They say it was knocked away by Salem. It'll stay with Paoli.
Dane just tried that quick drop step to get to the basket. Looked like he had his man beat. But at the last second there, Reardon able to get a fingertip on it to poke it out of bounds, as Paoli will get it, line it up across the free throw line.
All right, Minton. He's out of bounds to the right of the bucket, has it, brings it into Sullivan. Close in shot is up and good.
9 now for Chad, 6 in this quarter.
He's getting those to stay tonight. A lot of times this year it seems like they've been spinning out on it. All right, Salem quickly to the offensive end. Ball got loose, reared and lost it after it was deflected once by Minton and another time by Hughes, and that's 14 turnovers against Salem.
Salem had done a nice job up to this quarter here after a tough first quarter against this Rams pressure, but now all of a sudden they want to get sped up again, feeling like, we got to hurry up and get back into this ball game, trying to get that 10-point play.
Apple fires it into Padgett, right back to Dakota. He pulls up, 15-footer is good. Now he's got it going. He's got 6, 50-33 the score. Paoli up by 17, 4:24 to go in the ball game. Into front court, Larimore with it. Larimore leaves it off for Lloyd. Lloyd, is he on the sideline? Yes, he is. Minton was applying the pressure.
Fralin, a nice job just putting that pressure on, knowing that it's really tight quarters over there. And he was able, once again, we saw Salem earlier commit a similar turnover violation on that part of the court. And the Rams are rolling here after missing their first couple of shots. They've hit 4 out of their last 5.
All right, Paoli to the offensive end. Hughes with it. He's on the left wing, has used up his dribble, fires it to Apple, driving in, contact. Shot up, no good, but a whistle and a foul, and he will go to the free throw line.
Nice backdoor cut that time, and Romero Embry, the last line of defense, got a lot of basketball, but he also got some body, and that'll put Dakota to the free throw line.
Apple, first free throw on the way is up and good. 51-33 the score. Paoli has now stretched it out to an 18-point lead. See, Shockey, he's coming in, giving instructions. Everybody's set on the line. Now we're ready. Apple at the line. Second free throw up and no good. Kicked off to the right, going out of bounds. Salem will get it.
And we see Cade Walls check in for the first time. Traylon Minton will come to the sideline. 4 minutes remaining. Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Rams up 51-33.
All right, Paoli. Still in that 2-2-1. Lloyd in backcourt gets it over to Shockey. Shockey in a double team, dangerous spot. Gets it ahead to Dean. Dean had it slapped away and taken away. Now it's recovered. Ping pong's free again. Paoli's got it going the other way, and Apple, he wanted to dunk it, but kind of lost it on the way up. And Coach Jalen Nice of Salem, he's going to use his final timeout now. His team down by 20. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat low-fill insulation system makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat insulation system by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
Rams get their shooting eye back here in this fourth quarter as they have gone 6 out of 8 from 2-point range and able to bust this game open to a 20-point lead.
Salem, they took the timeout. They've got possession of it. Now they don't. A deflection from that press again, and that's 16 turnovers against Salem. Paoli a 20-point lead. Looks like Salem wants to switch things up defensively. They're going to try and trap out of that 2-3. Paoli gets it down low to Sullivan. He turns to the bucket and lays it up and in. He's had a big night with 11. 55-33 the score. Paoli on top. Reardon launches three, left side. It's no good, but a rebound foul going to be called as Hughes, they say, had hands in the back of Dean, and that will be a foul on Paoli.
For Kirkland Hughes, that'll be his third, the team foul number 1 in this quarter for Paoli, as Mitten in and Apple will come to the bench.
All right, Salem. They will inbound to the right of their bucket. Shockey kind of directing things. Says you go that way, and he does, and he gets the pass. Reardon with it to Romero Embry. They wanted something backdoor, but Paoli had it covered up, so Salem will have to set out front again. Romero Embry to the three-point line, had it knocked away by Walls, taken away by Hughes, and Paoli to the offensive end. Minton with it, over to Walls. He's open. Three on the way is no good. Rebound loose in the lane, goes right to Thornton, put it up, no good. Ball ping-pongs around, still being fought for. And finally, Salem's got it, and Romero Embry's pass is taken away by Walls. Walls hustled back to cover that. Now Paoli to the offensive end again, working the Walls, right side. He's open, short two is no good, spun out on him. And the rebound, Salem's got it. Lions head the other way, 2:20 to go in the ball game. Paoli's up 22. Romero Embry fakes the three, gets it out to Shockey. His three is no good. Ball tipped out of bounds. They say last touch by Paoli. It'll stay with Salem.
Rams in that 2-3. They're just forcing Salem out along the perimeter. And shots not falling from deep range here in this quarter for the Lions. As we see substitutions coming in with 2:13 to go, a 20-point lead. Mitten will come out. Chad Sullivan will come out. Colton Beckley and Landon Smith see their first action. So everybody but Clay Turner has played so far here tonight now for the Rams.
All right, Shockey out of bounds, brings it in to Romero Embry, back out front to Reardon quickly, left side. Shockey open, three is good. He's got 13, 55-36 the score. Paoli on top with the basketball, and Romero Embry in the passing lanes takes it away, gets it to Shockey. Reverse layup is no good. Ball out of bounds, last touch by Salem.
Shockey made that shot more difficult than it should have been. He came in from the left side. He just went straight up. I think he might have been all right, but he tried to go from left to right in reverse and made it much more difficult and couldn't get the spin.
Paoli facing full court pressure. In backcourt, Hughes with it. They get it to Apple. Now across the timeline. Out front to Hughes. Hughes looking, gets it to Thornton. Thornton goes to Beckley. He's open, 15-footer, no good. Left it just a hair short. Rebound, Salem's got it. They run the other way. Reardon back out to Shockey. Shockey spins, reverses, over to Albertson. Three on the way is up and good. He's got 5, minute 22 to go in this one. Paoli up 16. Thornton drives in. Shot off the glass is good. Never able to stop the basketball. Thornton's got two more. It's 57-39. Thornton with 5 on the night. Shockey, left side, try another three. It's no good. Rebound, contested, and a whistle and a foul, and this one will go against Salem.
Got to walk the length of the court here. Well, still not over the limit. It's whistled on the Salem Lions. It'll go on for Salem, number 23. That'll be Braxton Dean. That's just his third. He played a lot with those two fouls that set him out in the first half. And now Coach Nice starting to go in and get some of his younger players into this ball game.
All right, Paoli, length of the court to go. With the lead and the basketball. Get it into Thornton right under the bucket. He has to kind of rip it away from Reardon. He was trying to get a hold of it. Reardon wound up reaching in, committing the foul.
That'll be 2 on Carter Reardon. Team foul number 3 with 1:01 to go. Salem, it's like Coach Nice says, okay, we'll just pull off the press and let this one run out. Again, these are two teams that could see each other in the first week of March over at that Salem sectional.
Thornton. He's going to dribble away a little bit of time out front, leaves it off for Walls. Walls angles to the left. He's going to drive in, spins in the lane, shot up, no good. Rebound controlled by Salem. Albertson has it. Into front court. There with it is Callaway. Callaway down low to Campbell, who will lay it up and in. He gets his first two. Just 30 seconds to go in this one. Paoli up by 16. Right side, Beckley with it. Bring it back out front to Turner, to Thornton, back to Beckley on the right wing. Beckley, he gets it to Landon Smith. Smith to Turner. Turner back over to Thornton. Paoli just running out the string, and now we're going to get a foul committed over there. Reardon and Campbell were in the neighborhood.
So you get a take your choice on that one. We're going to put it on number 3. That'll be Shockey. Yeah, let's take that back.
Yep.
That'll be on 2. That'll be Reardon. That'll be his 3rd.
That makes sense. All right, Thornton into front court. Passes to the right side to Walls. Paoli just running out the clock. Down to 5 seconds to go in the ball game. Back out front to Beckley. Beckley will put it on the hip, and he will run out the clock as Paoli. A big win tonight, 57-41 is your final on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. We'll take a break. When we come back, get underway with the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Every day, children in our community enter the court systems because of abuse or neglect, and they need someone to speak up for them. That's where CASA comes in. Our volunteers stand beside them, making sure their voices are heard and their best interests come first. It's incredibly important work, and we need more people willing to make a difference. I'm Chrissy Evans, Orange County CASA Director. If you've ever wondered how you could help a child in a meaningful way, I'd love to talk with you. Call 812-723-2411.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
Game close for about 2.5 quarters before Paoli gets a run in the third quarter. They gapped it out, got up by as many as 20 at one point in time before settling for a 16-point win, 57-41. So Paoli, at least for now, will hold on to that number 1 ranking in Class 2A. Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show gets underway as we start talking about this one. Buddy's Food and Fuel on North Gospel Street in Paoli. No ties, no lead changes tonight. Paoli came out, got some things established right off the bat. Within the first a minute and a half, Paoli had 6 points put up by Dane Padgett. Paoli was up 6-0. Salem would respond with a 2 of their own before Ian Sullivan knocks down a couple of shots, put Paoli up 8 at 10-2. Salem would battle back to the point where they got within 4 on a couple of occasions before trailing by 5 at the end of one, 16-11. Through the second quarter, Paoli able to get some things done, bump that lead up to 7 right off the bat at 18-11. And again, it was a Dane Padgett bucket that gave them that 7-point advantage. But Salem, they got a few shots to fall in that second quarter, and a couple of them were threes. Their first 2 made shots of the second quarter. One was put up and in by Albertson, or by Shockey rather. It was a 3, and then another was put up and in by Dean. As Salem, they got back within 3 at 20-17. Had a chance to tie it at 20, but unable to take advantage of that. Before Paoli then gaps it out a little bit. They bump that lead up to 6 at 25-19, and Paoli settles for a 6-point lead at the half at 27-21. Early part of the third quarter, Paoli, that's when they started to gap it out. Came out, scored the first 7 of the second half, and when you looked up with just over 3 minutes to go, or 3 minutes gone in that third quarter, Paoli's up 13 at 34-21. Salem would get the next 3, got back within 10 at 34-24, before Paoli is able to gap it out to a 12-point lead at the break at 40-28. Paoli got a good run going to start that fourth quarter of play. In the first 4 minutes, Salem, for the most part, was quiet. Paoli was putting points up on the board. They outscored Salem 10-5 to start that quarter, led it 50-33. Paoli would continue to add on to that lead. The lead got as high as 22 tonight with 3:21 left in the ball game at 55-33. And Salem, they chipped away a little bit at the end, but not near enough time to get back into it. And Paoli comes away with a 57-41 win here tonight. Rebounding battle, that's won by Paoli. Margin of 30-22. You look at offensive rebounds, and Paoli had more than a handful again tonight. That was a key for Salem, was keeping off the offensive boards. They were unable to do that. Paoli out-rebounds Salem by 8. Turnovers, very much one-sided. Salem turned it over 18 times tonight as compared to 7 turnovers for Paoli. Add that much up, and what you get is a 57-41 Paoli win. When the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show continues, we'll be taking a look at some of the individual and team totals from tonight's ball game. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Well, Paoli returns to the court as number 1 tonight with the poll that came out early this week. Number 1 in Class 2A. Looked the part in the second half, especially as they got as much as a 22-point lead on Salem before they settled for a 16-point win at 57-41. Paoli, full court pressure, created turnovers, created some easy shots. Half-court defense was solid again tonight. Held Salem probably, I would guess, a little bit below their season shooting percentage. It just seemed like they didn't get them to knock down. And Paoli offensively, they got some things done, and especially the Sullivan boys. They had a really good game tonight. Padgett started things, and then the Sullivan boys after that.
Yeah, and Ian and Chad kind of took it in halves. Ian had the first half. Chad came on strong in that second half. Dane was really good through the first 3 quarters of play. He didn't take a shot, though, in that fourth quarter play. Didn't matter. But Paoli, as Bert mentioned, able to do a nice job as they outscored the Salem Lions by a margin of 30-20 in that second half of play to pull out the 57-41 victory here tonight to improve to 17-0 on the season. Let's take a look at the shooting numbers tonight. First of all, for the Paoli Rams, 2-point shooting in the first quarter. The Rams are 6 out of 7. They were 5 out of 12 in the second. Dipped down to 4 out of 11 in the third, but finished up 8 out of 14 in the fourth quarter. And for the game, right about their average, they hit 23 out of 44 for 52%. Where the Rams came up short tonight was behind the arc. Just couldn't get anything to fall from three-point land. They were 1 out of 4 in the first quarter, 0 for 2 in the second, 0 for 3 in the third, and 0 for 2 in the fourth. For the game, just 1 out of 11 for 9% from three-point range. Rams, though, do a good job at the free throw line, better than their average, which is good to see. Paoli 1 out of 2 in the first quarter, 1 out of 2 in the second, hit 5 out of 6 in that third quarter, and 1 out of 2 in the fourth quarter. For the game, the Rams are 8 out of 12 for 67%. For the Salem Lions, they shot the ball pretty well as well here tonight, particularly in the first half. They were 4 out of 5 from two-point range in the first quarter, 2 out of 4 in the second, dipped down to 2 out of 6 in the third, and were 2 out of 6 again in the fourth. For the game, ended up the Lions 10 out of 21 inside the arc for 47%. Three-point shooting, they took a bunch of those as we thought they would, 18 on the night. 1 out of 3 in the first quarter, 2 out of 6 in the second, 0 for 3 in the third, and 3 out of 6 in the fourth. 6 out of 18 for the game from three-point range, 33%. For Salem, they only got to the free throw line 4 times in this ball game, and all 4 of those came in the third quarter of play when they hit just 1 out of 4 for 25%. As the Rams win it here tonight at home, 57-41. When we continue with the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show, we'll take a look at individual scoring. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams!
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Win their first game is ranked as the number 1 team in Class 2A, now 17-0, 57-41 was your final. So we continue with the Buddy's Food and Fuel post-game show, taking a look at individual scoring. The Rams, 3 players in double figures. Dane Padgett with 14, Ian Sullivan 13, Chad Sullivan 11. Dakota Apple comes on in that fourth quarter play, ends up with 9 points on the night. Then 5 for Justin Thornton, 3 for Kirkland Hughes, 2 for Traylon Mitten. Cade Walls, Colton Beckley, Clay Turner, and Landon Smith all saw action but did not score. For Salem, they had 1 player in double figures, that being Peyton Shockey with 13 on the night. Then 8 off the bench for Caden Romero-Hembry. Then it was 5 points for Carson Albertson, 4 for Braxton Dean. Then 3 for Evan Lloyd. 2 on the night for Ethan Campbell, as well as Carter Reardon, Ethan Larimore, and Malachi Lewis. Rams led at 16-11 at the end of one. It was 27-21 at the half. Rams open it up to a 40-28 gap at the end of 3 and win it here tonight, 57-41. Head coach Dusty Cole joins us now. Coach, like a lot of games we've seen, teams hang with us for a half, but then you're able to make some adjustments and pull away in that second half.
Yeah, you know, in the pregame we kind of talked about, didn't know if we could turn them over a whole lot, which we ended up, I think, turning them over 18 or 19 times, so that wasn't too bad. But they do a nice job taking care of the ball, you know, for the most part. But we did know that you know, we could get into the bench a little bit and wear them down a little bit. And that's a big part of what we do as well. You know, sometimes it's not just the turnovers; it's just kind of playing for 32 minutes. And you know, I think there's a big difference there in the second half, especially. They started grabbing some knees a little bit. They had some guys play some big minutes, and you know, we had our highest guy played 23 minutes. So.
Well, I mentioned throughout the first half, Coach, it looked like if you weren't looking at the scoreboard and the way the game was going, you would think, man, the Rams are out comfortable. But Salem, give them credit, they hung around.
Yeah, it was just one of those games. You know, we kind of even looked at the numbers at the half, and you know, they had turned it over twice as much, and you know, the percentages looked just in our favor. We had out-rebounded them a little bit, but the score was still pretty close. And you know, that's going to happen sometimes, especially with the three-point line.
You're right.
You know, that's the equalizer. They hit 6 for the game. We just hit 1. So that was a big difference. You know, you make up some points there. So we got to do some other things to make up for that. We got to the free throw line a little bit, and then we got some offensive rebounds, and that's always big for us too.
And, of course, Coach, you said we got to go inside out in your inside game. Dane in the first half, and then Chad finally got rolling in that fourth quarter.
Well, you know, we always get on these kids and challenge the kids a lot. You know, we do that a lot, but we're not really, you know, the type of coaches that get in your face all the time. You know, that's just not how we coach. But we had a little different talk with Chad at halftime this time, and you know, he really responded the second half. I thought he was terrific the second half. We knew we could get some more out of him, and we haven't been. But when he plays like that, he makes us a different team for sure. And he kind of went to work there in the second half for sure. So we need him to play like that.
Well, you and I talked about it in the pregame about situations that you were in with Cooper not in there, and we saw a couple of those tonight.
Yes, we saw a lot of those situations. They're just a little bit different. Guys are in different roles. They're doing different things. Those are things that as we practice them more and more, we're just going to get better and better at them. But they're just a little different. You have to go over them sometimes, and especially when it happens the first time, you just have to kind of coach the kids along a little bit. But I thought we did a good job in the second half, especially. I thought we was taking some quick shots the first half. We needed to make that defense move a little bit. We needed to rotate the defense. We did just a lot better job of getting some skips, making the defense move, and then flashing to that high post, and just got a lot better things, in that area. We got Dakota going a little bit there in the fourth quarter. He got going. That was nice to see. We're just always better when he plays well. And I thought Ian was terrific.
Yes.
I thought he might have been the difference in the game. We really needed somebody to step up. We didn't hit a lot of threes tonight. Dane had a real good game like he always does. He didn't miss a shot. His field goal percentage is going to go up from 70%.
Yes.
Which is pretty impressive. But we just needed someone else to kind of pick up the slack a little bit. And I thought Ian gave us a real good boost tonight.
Yeah, he had a solid game. He really did, Coach. But again, you send a message to a possible sectional opponent here tonight with this 57-41 win.
Well, they're getting better and better. That's a good basketball team, and James doing a nice job over there. They can make some shots on the outside. The big kid, he can do a couple different things. He can pass it. He can shoot it. But they ran a couple of sets on us, and we talked to our guys on the bench about just pay attention to what the other team is trying to do, how they get a couple baskets when they run a couple plays. If they get a couple baskets, they're going to run them again. So you just got to pay attention a little bit, and that IQ goes a long way. And they ran a couple good things, and I thought we took them away late a lot better.
Well, Coach came into this game undefeated. The bullseye was on your back. Now it got bigger today when you were ranked now number one.
Very difficult to get to number one. Everybody knows that. I don't think we've been number one here since I can remember.
No, I can't either.
So that's just the biggest accomplishment for the boys, but it's even tougher to stay number one. We see that sometimes in the college ranks and things. There's always teams going number one, and then everybody's gunning for them a little bit. But we like the challenge for sure. And we're playing some good basketball. We like where we are. We're going to continue to practice, get better every day. We got some things we need to work on. We got some tape, we can see some good things from, and got a big game coming up.
Well, you mentioned, Coach, challenges, and you've got one Friday night.
We've got a good challenge. That'll be just a great game. It's a game that you can't really look at the records a whole lot. It's going to be a good game regardless. It's going to have a good crowd regardless. These two teams could come in both 500, and it would be a pretty good crowd. But with the records like they are, with the rankings like they are, with the series like it's been the past 10, 15 games, I expect there to be probably 3,000 people here, probably maybe more. And it's going to be a fun game against two really good basketball teams.
Well, those are the games you live for and you want to play.
Those are the ones you remember for sure. Those are the ones you talk about a little bit. Those are the ones the kids get excited about. You try not to look ahead.
Right.
But, it's here now. Got a couple of days of practice to get ready for it, and then it'll be a big game for both teams.
Yeah, it will be fun. Coach, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you Friday.
I appreciate it.
You bet. And Coach Dusty Cole of the Paoli Rams, they win it here tonight, 57-41. We'll come back to wrap up the Buddy's Food and Fuel post-game show. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Need a quick bite or cold drink or fuel for the road? Head to Betty's Food and Fuel, right across from Walmart at 656 North Gospel Street in Paoli. We're locally owned and operated and open Monday through Saturdays from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sundays from 6 to 10 p.m. Enjoy competitive gas, daily food specials, a hot deli, fresh wraps, salads, and cold sandwiches. Need an ATM or lottery ticket? We have both. Find us on Facebook at Betty's Food and Fuel. For questions, call 812-203-0227. Betty's Food and Fuel, the one-stop shop.
Rams continue to add to that record-setting season so far. The most consecutive wins in a regular season, now up to 17 as the Rams are 17-0, and the only undefeated team remaining in Class 2A in the state of Indiana. As we mentioned earlier today, the USA Today poll came out. Paoli ranks number 1 in Class 2A. As they now settle in, the second game this week will be a big one because it will be a battle of the two top teams in the Patoka Lake Athletic Conference, and more than likely the winner will come out with the conference championship. You can't say that for sure, but it will go a long way as Paoli and Orleans will be here at Chambers Gymnasium. There'll be a great crowd on hand. We invite you here to come early and get ready for that matchup between the two county and conference rivals.
Yeah, it's one of those games where you always look forward to it. You know you're going to have a great crowd. Orleans has always traveled well. Paoli will pretty well fill their part of the gym. Be just like the old times, so to speak, when you come in and there's not a seat to be had, I think. So get here early, get here often. It ought to be a heck of a ball game.
Get here, you'll see a great JV game as well. So you'll want to see 2 for the price of 1 come Friday night. Here tonight on this Tuesday, the Paoli Rams defeat the Salem Lions 57-41. The Lions now fall to 7-11 on the season. They will be back in action as they'll take on Clarksville Friday night at Salem High School, while for the Rams, as we mentioned, it's that county and conference showdown with the Orleans Bulldogs coming to town on Friday night. Paoli has now won 8 out of the last 9 meetings against these two ball clubs to improve now to 17-0 on the season. Again, our post-game show tonight's been brought to you by Buddy's Food and Fuel on North Gospel Street in Paoli. As always, I want to thank all of our great sponsors for allowing us to bring you Paoli Rams basketball, not only tonight, but throughout the entire season. A big thank you to our engineer-producer back at the studio tonight. A great job, as always, by Melissa Wall. And most of all, thanks to you for listening. For Bert Pedigo, I'm Dave Dedrick. Again, your final tonight from Chambers Gymnasium on the James A. Babcock Court. Rams remain undefeated at 17-0 as they defeat the Salem Lions 57-41. Good night, everybody.
Discoverage of high school sports on Mix 95.3 WUME has been made possible by our incredible community sponsors: Bender Lumber, Buddy's Food and Fuel, Cave and Cal Car Quarries, Gilman Scott Funeral Home, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, In Focus Eye Care, Jeremy Payton Edward Jones, KFC of Paoli, Orange County REMC, and Orange County Fiber.